I have so much freaking love for this collective because the authenticity card came out, and we also have self-realization at the bottom of the deck. And there was so much pressure growing up for you guys. You had to be a specific way. And this has to do with generational patterns and beliefs that are passed down from our parents and how we're supposed to be as children. Like maybe you were forced to like grow up really fast because you like they didn't have any space to hold you emotionally as a child. So like it was always like get over yourself or like stop crying and like get over it and whatever, but like your little brain like couldn't understand what was going on. Like that's how restricted you were. This is kind of a channel that came in yesterday when I posted one of those readings yesterday, and it was like I wrote like prim, proper, and pure. Like you were supposed to be. This could have to do with religious beliefs as well. Like you can't swear, you can't wear those things. A box was made for you, and you were expected to stay in it. And now in your healing journey, you're learning that like you're reconnecting with your body, you're reconnecting with your mind, your creativity, your style, your aesthetic. Even just when it comes to the home, your clothes, things like that, music, you're taking your power back. You're learning your own way of expressing yourself, right? Like maybe there are certain activities that you couldn't do growing up because they weren't safe or it was too I'm seeing like certain music you weren't allowed to listen to, certain shows, certain, right? And like that makes sense, but sometimes like sometimes it can be like overboard where you're not like really allowed to grow up, but at the same time you weren't like it's weird because like this energy is like forcing you to become an adult because your family didn't have the capacity to hold you as a child, but then also like wouldn't allow you to engage or indulge in the things that an adult person would do. So it's like you had to emotionally, internally grow up really fast, but on the exterior, you were like very proper and put together and not, I don't know, like not authentic. Like there's something coming through. There's like a quote where people say like, when you have a child, it's not about, raising them to be who you want them to be. Like they already come out as who they are. And your job as a parent is to hold them and give them the best resources, opportunities, support that they need to be more of themselves. Knight of Cups here. Yeah, this is you following your heart. Literally, the card says creative expression right on it. But this is you learning how to follow your heart. This is you realizing that you've always been full of like these ideas. You've always known who you are, but it was like the constant programming of what you can't be or you shouldn't be like that. So you kind of turned your back on all of those things for survival, right? So you didn't get in trouble, so you weren't punished. But as an adult now in your healing journey, like I said, you're like really reconnecting with these things. And I'm hearing, I don't care anymore. As the King of Pentacles comes out, like you are so secure. This is giving, I'm so secure in myself. I don't care if everyone in my family thinks I'm crazy. I know that I'm not. Like that's how much you know yourself now. Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles here. Yeah, you're very, very stable in yourself. You hold yourself with a very, like a higher sense of worth and value. You see the innate value that's always been here now, even before, like when before you couldn't see it. Or that box, like you've broken out of that box with the Tower. Yes. You've scrapped all of the ideas, all of the opinions, the expectations, the freaking rule books of what people said you should be like or how you have to live your life. You might be realizing that you're pissing people off or people are starting to like think, their energy's just different around you. Maybe they're saying stuff or maybe they're looking at you like this, like, and it's just like, you're like, whatever. Like I'm hearing like you really don't care anymore. I'm hearing I'm never going back to that. The Chariot. Yeah, dude, you've overcome so many things. I'm sure there was a lot of like triggers, a lot of uncomfortable conversations, a lot of internal battles in the darkness and the silence with yourself. I'm seeing someone like on their bathroom floor, like crying. You've had to really mirror work. Also, I'm seeing someone look in their at themselves in the mirror right now. Might be significant as well. But like, this is you truly like overcoming, stripping away everything that does not serve you, like realizing even in real time if you feel or you're thinking like you're wearing an outfit and you're like, oh, this is too much, or it's like, no, it's not. That's just the programming that you're now letting go of, that's saying that's too much. That's a voice of the family, that's a voice of the past. That's not you though. That voice isn't coming from you. I love you guys so freaking much. I feel like, where are we going from here? Let's get a moonology. I feel like this collective would say that the most darkest point of their life was probably like adolescence, tweens, like ages 8 to 15. Um, I'm hearing rebellious, like maybe after, like when you became an adult or you had your car, like when you had some sort of freedom and you didn't have to remain in that environment anymore, like you took off or you were never home, or you, I'm hearing parents be like, how come you're never hanging out at our house with your friends? And it's like, have you heard yourself? Like, um, I don't know, maybe you had like a rebellious, like the fact that your brain started to develop more, you started to like grow up and like realize all of the restriction that you were under, and then maybe even realizing like friends of yours, like you go over to their house, they would pick you up, whatever, like they had more freedom, or you started to like be exposed to the fact that like this doesn't have to be the case, or this was like a result of your family and their beliefs, and maybe you just kind of had like all that energy within you needed to go somewhere, so you like had to, like there was this rebellious stage maybe you guys went through, I don't know. A new romantic cycle begins for you guys. Scales are balanced. You've cleared out that energy. I love how I like split the deck and adjustments are required is like in reverse. I always take my oracle cards upright, but for some reason when I saw this in reverse, it was like I heard like you don't need to do anything. You don't need to fix yourself. Like there's nothing that you have to do because now you know who you are. You're secure in yourself. Like this switch in energy. A lot of times romance or like our love interests or soulmates come in when we have chosen ourselves and we have kind of like let go of everything else. And I feel like you guys are like in this healing journey, I feel like you guys are very much focused on like learning how to be happy and learning how to be free and learning how to express yourself and be real and be authentic, instead of feeling like you have to fit into a group or water yourself down or change who you are in front of certain people. Like you are very consistent now in your energy and how you show up and how you speak. Like you're more real. It's all happening, like it's all orchestrated divine timing because of the work that you're doing internally. Like you're opening yourself up to love because you've opened yourself up to loving yourself more and giving yourself that love that maybe again in childhood or whatever your environment was growing up like didn't have the capacity to hold you in that. And now that you're holding yourself that way, someone else wants to come in now to hold you the way that they couldn't.